North Korea. The very name evokes an air of mystery, a sense of intrigue. It is a land shrouded in secrecy, a place where fact and fiction blur into an enigmatic tapestry. This is a nation that has long been isolated from the global community, its borders sealed tight, its inner workings hidden from prying eyes. Yet, behind the imposing facade, behind the military parades and the pronouncements of the state media, lies a society teeming with life. Ordinary people navigate the complexities of daily existence, their stories often untold, their voices seldom heard. To truly understand North Korea, one must look beyond the headlines, beyond the political rhetoric, and into the hearts and minds of its people. Join us as we embark on a journey of discovery, venturing beyond the stereotypes and the sensationalism to uncover the human face of North Korea. We will delve into the everyday lives of its citizens, exploring their culture, their beliefs, and their aspirations. Stepping into North Korea is like stepping into another era. The streets of Pyongyang, the nation's capital, are remarkably clean and orderly. Towering monuments and statues dedicated to the Kim Dynasty dominate the skyline, constant reminders of the omnipresent state. The atmosphere is one of orchestrated uniformity, a carefully crafted tableau designed to project an image of strength and unity to the outside world. Yet, beneath the veneer of conformity, life goes on. In the bustling markets, vendors hawk their wares, their voices a lively counterpoint to the ubiquitous propaganda broadcasts. Children, clad in their school uniforms, walk hand in hand, their laughter echoing through the streets. Families gather in parks, enjoying picnics and moments of respite from the pressures of daily life. The rhythm of life in North Korea is punctuated by a series of rituals and routines that underscore the centrality of the state. To comprehend North Korea, one must first understand Juche. More than a mere political ideology, Juche is a pervasive philosophy that permeates every aspect of North Korean life. Introduced by Kim Il-sung, the nation's founder, Juche emphasizes self-reliance, national unity, and unwavering loyalty to the supreme leader. It is a doctrine born out of the ashes of Japanese colonial rule, the Korean War, and the Cold War division of the Korean Peninsula. Juche has served as both a rallying cry for national unity and a justification for the regime's authoritarian grip on power. From a young age, North Koreans are indoctrinated in the principles of Juche. The media reinforces these messages, portraying the outside world as a dangerous and hostile place, while glorifying the achievements of the regime. This constant barrage of propaganda has a profound impact on the North Korean psyche, shaping their worldview and influencing their perceptions of themselves and the world around them. North Korea's present cannot be understood without delving into its turbulent past. The nation's history is a tale of invasion, occupation, war, and division, a narrative etched in the collective memory of its people. The seeds of North Korea's isolation were sown in the aftermath of World War II. Following the defeat of Japan, Korea, previously under Japanese colonial rule, was divided along the 38th parallel. This division solidified into a permanent reality with the outbreak of the Korean War in 1950. The Korean War, a brutal conflict that claimed millions of lives, left the Korean peninsula devastated and its people deeply scarred. The Korean War may have ended in 1953, but its legacy continues to cast a long shadow over the Korean peninsula. For North Koreans, the war is not a distant historical event, but a living memory, a wound that has yet to fully heal. The war's impact can be seen in the country's militarized society, its deep-seated distrust of the United States, and its unwavering commitment to self-reliance. North and South Korea remain technically at war, separated by a heavily fortified border, the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. This state of perpetual conflict has profoundly shaped North Korea's national identity, fostering a siege mentality and fueling the regime's paranoia about external threats. The war's physical scars are also evident across the country. Bombed-out buildings and war memorials serve as stark reminders of the conflict's devastation. Generations of North Koreans have grown up learning about the American imperialists who they believe sought to destroy their nation. North Korea is a nation ruled by a cult of personality, a system built on the unwavering reverence for the Kim Dynasty. From Kim Il-sung, the nation's founder, to his son Kim Jong-il and now his grandson Kim Jong-un, the Kim family has maintained an iron grip on power for over 7 decades. Their portraits adorn every public space, their names are invoked with reverence, and their pronouncements are treated as gospel. This cult of personality is carefully cultivated through a pervasive system of propaganda and indoctrination. From a young age, North Koreans are taught to revere the Kim family as godlike figures, the saviors of the nation who are solely responsible for its achievements. Their birthdays are national holidays, their childhood homes are sacred sites, and their every utterance is meticulously documented and disseminated to the masses. This relentless propaganda has created an environment of fear and repression. Dissent is not tolerated, and any criticism of the regime or the Kim family is met with swift and brutal punishment. In North Korea, freedom is a luxury few can afford. The regime's grip on power is maintained through a vast and intricate network of surveillance, control, and repression. Citizens are denied basic human rights, including freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of movement. The state security apparatus is omnipresent, monitoring every aspect of people's lives and punishing any hint of dissent. The very act of questioning the regime's ideology or the pronouncements of the Kim family is considered an act of treason, punishable by imprisonment, torture, or even death. Citizens are encouraged to report on one another, creating an environment of suspicion and distrust. Fear becomes a tool of control, silencing any potential opposition and ensuring conformity. Access to information is tightly controlled, with state-run media serving as the sole source of news and entertainment. The internet is largely inaccessible to ordinary citizens, and foreign broadcasts are jammed. Despite the oppressive conditions, the human spirit endures in North Korea. Behind the facade of conformity and the fear of reprisal, there are stories of resilience, compassion, and hope. These are the stories of ordinary North Koreans who navigate the complexities of daily life with courage, dignity, and a quiet determination to create a better future for themselves and their families. There are stories of families torn apart by famine, who share their meager rations with neighbors in need. There are stories of teachers who risk their lives to share forbidden knowledge with their students, nurturing a spark of curiosity and critical thinking in a society that seeks to stifle it. And there are stories of defectors who braved unimaginable dangers to escape to freedom, carrying with them their memories and their hopes for a reunited Korea. Understanding North Korea requires a nuanced approach, one that moves beyond simplistic narratives and acknowledges the complexities of the situation. It is easy to fall into the trap of demonizing the regime and its people, viewing them as brainwashed automatons incapable of independent thought or action. Yet such generalizations are not only inaccurate but also counterproductive. To truly engage with North Korea, we must recognize the humanity of its people, even as we condemn the actions of its government. We must challenge our own preconceived notions and strive to understand the historical and cultural factors that have shaped the nation's trajectory. This requires empathy, a willingness to listen to the stories of North Koreans themselves, and a commitment to seeking peaceful solutions to the challenges that lie ahead. The future of North Korea remains uncertain, shrouded in a veil of secrecy and subject to the whims of its unpredictable leadership. The country faces a multitude of challenges, from a stagnant economy and chronic food shortages to international sanctions and the ever-present threat of military conflict. Yet, amidst these challenges, there are also glimmers of hope. The recent wave of defections, particularly among the elite, suggests a growing disillusionment with the regime and a yearning for change. The increasing availability of outside information, albeit limited, is slowly chipping away at the state's monopoly on knowledge. And the growing international pressure for denuclearization, while fraught with difficulties, offers a glimmer of hope for a more peaceful future. As we conclude our journey into the heart of the Hermit Kingdom, let us remember that North Korea is not merely a collection of statistics, headlines, or political pronouncements. It is a nation of 25 million people, each with their own story to tell, their own dreams to pursue, and their own hopes for the future. It is easy to view North Korea through a lens of abstraction, to reduce its people to mere pawns in a geopolitical game. Yet, such a perspective ignores the human cost of conflict, isolation, and repression. Instead, Let us approach North Korea with empathy, seeking to understand the complexities of the situation and the perspectives of its people. For it is in recognizing the humanity at the heart of the Hermit Kingdom that we can begin to envision a future where peace and prosperity prevail on the Korean Peninsula and beyond.